Hey drummers, how's it going? It's Alex once again, bringing you some more fun-free drumming ideas. For this week's lesson, we're going to be looking at the time signature 5/4. I was doing a music project recently with a couple of young students, and the music director turned to us and said, right, this piece is in 5/4. So I turned to my drummers and just saw them go, whoa. So hopefully this video will be a nice little helping hand to anyone that hasn't yet played in this particular time signature, and a few tips to get you going. So sit back, relax, and we'll crack on. Here we go. Okay, so a tiny bit of theory to kick things off. Basically, when you're playing in 4/4, you're playing 4 quarter notes per bar. When you're playing in 5/4, you're playing 5 quarter notes per bar. So whenever you see the 4/4, the top number is telling you how many notes there are in the bar, and the one underneath tells you what kind of notes there are. Sometimes you'll see 4, sometimes you'll see 8, sometimes you'll see 16, and that's telling you whether it's quarter notes, eighth notes, or 16th notes. So in this case, we're playing 5 quarter notes. So if we look at a really basic way of going into it, if we're adding one extra quarter note, we could split that into 2 and we've got 2 eighth notes. So if you're playing your standard 8th note hi-hat pattern, you're just adding an extra 2 hi-hat notes. And we want to probably chuck in either an extra bass drum or an extra snare drum. So if we're counting me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're going to start with this little exercise where on beat 5 itself, we're going to play either a kick drum or a snare drum, and then we've still got that little extra hi-hat at the end, which will be on the and of beat 5. So a nice little place to start would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1. Okay, so what I was doing there is I was just replacing beat 5 with either a snare drum or a bass drum. So let's pop up there, I'll play a couple of different speeds, and then we'll start snazzing it up a tiny bit more. Here we go. All right, so nice and slow, and I'll count out loud. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 1. Okay, so that was a nice little exercise to get us used to playing in 5/4 with a nice basic groove. All we're going to do now is chuck in a few more notes, and hopefully they're going to be quite familiar. We're going to play some sort of nice little sticking patterns which you may have played in the past in some previous drum beats. So if we just go up to beat 4, we're going to go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So all we're going to do is that little right, left, going from the upbeat 2 and the E of beat 3. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. We've got that little bass drum on the and of beat 3. From there onwards, we've got beat 5 coming up. We're going to put a little bass drum on the of beat 4. So that's going to be just before we hit a snare drum on beat 5. And then we're also going to put a bass drum on the of beat 5 to give us that nice boom as we come back in, just so we can hear exactly where the new bar starts. So if I go for that nice and slowly, we've got 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 1. So what I'll do, if I just play that a couple of times and shut up, you can always hear when the new bar starts with that boom. And I might even open the hi-hat, get a nice little choked hi-hat in there just to make it a little bit more obvious. So here we go. Okay, let's go a little bit quicker with that, and let's pop up there. 1, 2, 3. 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, so here's another little idea. All I'm going to do is put an extra bass drum on the beat 1, just before I hit the snare drum on beat 2, and then instead of playing a snare drum on beat 5, we're going to play a bass drum, so we get this ba-boom leading out of it. So it's got a bit more of a hip-hop vibe. So if I go through it, we've got 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 5, 1, 2, 3 and 4, 5, 1, 2, 3 and 4, 5, 1, 2, 3 and 4, 5, 1. struggle with that. Let's speed that up a tiny bit and I'll shut up. Here we go. Okay, so there's two cool grooves to get started with. What I'll do before I finish off the lesson, I'll sort of play around with both of them and alternate between them. Let me know in the comments section if you want to do another lesson on 5/4. Maybe we could look at doing some drum fills. I was thinking about trying to cram in a drum fill into this lesson as well, but I thought maybe it would just go on a tiny bit too long. So yeah, let me know and we'll see what we can do next week. So let's round this lesson off and let's play a bit more 5/4. Here we go. Okay guys, so there it is. I hope you enjoyed that lesson. Hope you found it nice and useful. If you want the sheet music for it, you can go to onlinedrummer.com. You can download that completely for free. Also, while you're over there, you can check out my quick start guide to playing drums if you're new to drumming. I've also got some little exercise books over there for like drum fills and some linear drum beats and stuff like that. So also, if you want to be an absolute star and help support my channel, there's a link to my Patreon page down below. And also down there, you'll find links to Facebook and Twitter if you want to come and say hello. So until next time guys, take care, keep drumming, and I'll see you next Thursday for some more fun-free drumming ideas. Bye.